Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We're still making our way through the Star Palace to take on Astarion's master. We're in the ballroom right now. There's an obvious secret door here, but we don't know how to get in there because there isn't an obvious secret button. So we're going to take this other path down to the office hall and see if that opens anything up. Cazador is somewhere. We've been told below us. That dais is activatable, which worries me.
Moving in.
I'm gonna hold off on that. Because that feels like the sort of like elevator type thing. I don't know. Feels like that might be what takes me downstairs. So let's see what we have in this room. This does appear to be a dead end itself. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's secret paths off of there. This just takes us to this other room we've already been in. Okay. Let's check out what he's got on his desk and in his desk. Party planner. This seems to be the working notebook used by certain Chamberlain Dufay to plan Cazador's gatherings in the mansion ballroom. Functions are divided into two categories, those for invited guests and those for involuntary guests. The entertainment for the latter category being considerably more sinister than the former. The final handwritten entry is below. Masters ordered a special party, a final feast, he said. This will be my ultimate test, but I'm prepared. And I'm sure the guests, both invited and involuntary, will be thrilled to participate. I doubt the involuntary ones will be thrilled. A jar of coagulated blood. Skull on a marble stand, lovely. The Annals of Baldur's Gate, I think we've read that. Yeah. No need to read it again. What do you have in your desk? Just a quill. More blood. Lower City and Upper City, I believe I've read that as well. Yes. I was like, did you just walk through the bookshelf? And the answer is kind of, it seems. These are all empty. Is there nothing of note in this room? Well, that strikes me as odd. Huh. And also no button to open up that secret door. Which is what I was hoping to find. So the only direction we can go now is in here. Which makes me really uncomfortable. Just staying off the dais for now. Alright. Well, it didn't blow up, so quick save. And then we'll activate it and see what happens.
You stand on a clean metal platform. A beautiful but antiquated elevator. There are some scuffs to show its age, signs of things dragged onto it over the years. But it seems to be in good working order.
What in the hells? I never knew this was here. This was always Cazador's private quarters. Only he ever came in here. Well, him and the unfortunate souls we brought to feed him.
I guess let's descend into the depths of the palace. Yeah. So we are down here now. Ooh, an ancient sigil. Although we can't teleport. We're in a dangerous area. Presumably once we've killed Cazador, then we'll be able to teleport to and from here. Seems odd.
Let's see what this does.
Looks like a small room. Ah, technically yes. It leads out into a chasm.
What in the hells? I never knew any of this was here.
Would probably fly or jump to some of these other doors if there was a need. That's an interesting thought. The rest of this, I'm pretty sure, is just background decoration. This door isn't terribly interesting, but the one below could be. And that door certainly is interesting. Well, just for completeness' sake, let's open this door. Make sure it goes where we expect it does. Not surprisingly, it does. Crypt gate. Okay, that's how they're all labeled. Alright. So we've got a door over there. That looks like a hole. Is that intentional? It's not showing up. I was wondering if a small creature would be able to squeeze through there. Alright, entombing clot. What's your deal? This door is impassable to anyone without the correct ring of passage. Well, we do have Cazador's ring. That may be what we're looking for. Or it may be that we are trying to get here. We've got another set of doors below us. More entombing clot. Do we jump down to the lower level? Because it doesn't look like there's a way down there. Unless maybe the dais goes down again. Kind of just assumed we were at the bottom and we could just take it back up. Also, what are you? Oh, that's just one of these mystic thuribles. Alright, let's step on this and see what options we get.
Elevator lies ready to carry you back up to the palace.
Only up.
Let's get out of here. I've had more than my fill of this place.
I suppose that's something to consider, as we probably can just leave, at least for now. We can leave whenever we want. We're not really that injured, we haven't used spells, so there's currently not a need. I'm inclined to try this. Just to see what happens. We will send Varric by himself, which is a dangerous choice, down here and see what we find.
It's right. Our parents will come for us. Are you sure? Of course.
Hearing voices above us.
And once we're free, we'll make those monsters pay.
Or maybe not. Maybe in front of us. There's more ahead of us. Alright. That doesn't appear to be a real door. This way we know is. There's no obvious way to connect over to the other side of this blockage.
My father will come soon.
Are those people? I'm just looking ahead on the map. Probably shouldn't be. But I'm seeing these passageways that lead to some big open area, and I'm wondering if that's where the party takes place.
He opens the door, I get his legs, he gets his arms, and Cass goes for the eyes. Yeah.
Currently, we have no way over there.
It does look like
I'm feeling very exposed having only Varric here. But I don't know if this actually connects back to anywhere, or if this is just for the people that are willing to jump down. Some extra loot.
Right.
So far, it's just a bunch of extra loot. So these are the cages that it looks like the people are kept in. is over here? A quest marker, but not showing anything. It's another door. Huh. How far do I want to go solo? Because I don't think I can actually open this. I'm not a Starian. Let's give it a look. If I tried to lockpick this,
Past this.
DC 30. No. That's gonna be a no from me. If we get a Starian down here, he could give it a shot. That is... Is that going to the surface? Is this a back entrance? Ooh. Okay. Because at first I was thinking that this is going directly into the Steel Watch Foundry. But it's also connected to the Candle Hollow's tombstones, which is a completely different side of the town. So I think that actually just goes to the surface. Well, that's cool. Don't see any obvious way of opening this up. Possibly if I threw explosives, I might knock some of that out of the way.
They're all red and bright.
But it doesn't look like it.
I don't know.
No. Alright. We're gonna assume that's not where I'm supposed to go. Instead, let's fly back up, if I can get the camera to cooperate. Fly back up here. Okay, so assuming what we saw is correct, then it looks like forward is the way to the party. So let's check out what's over here. See if we...
Truly this petty.
Are you getting burned again, I guess? Do I have the
The
ring?
door to the ballroom upstairs. This door features no keyhole, but does have an indentation for a signet ring.
Press the signet ring to the hollow in the door.
The ring slots perfectly into place, and the door opens, assailing you with pungent, musty air.
Lovely. Okay, so this is another way we could have gotten down, including there is treasure there that we missed, I suppose. That's not the fly button. That's the fly button. Not gonna just miss out on some loot. It's an empty box. Of course it's an empty box. No loot for me. Huh. Cross salamander tongue, crystalline lens, gold ring and some gold. Meditations of a Vampire Lord. Is this Cazador's personal journal? The Journal of Cazador Caesar. It records the movements and actions of his spawn, with particular mention paid to Astarion. Every order, failure, and punishment is recorded with cold calculation. Only the most recent entries seem to betray any emotion. Astarion failed to return from his hunt this night. Godi informed he will have the pliers ready when the boy shows himself again. Still missing. I ought not be surprised. The boy has always been troublesome, but to disappear now when we are all but ready is unconscionable, even for him. I've dispatched the brood. They will find him and bring him home, and when they do, I will make him scream for this. It's been days and he is still missing. No amount of pain has motivated his brothers and sisters to find him. It seems Baldur's Gate has swallowed him whole. I'm searching further afield, but my reach outside the city is limited. In the meantime, the hunt continues here. Deliria and Petrus returned from today's hunt, rushing to report that they'd seen him in Worm's Crossing. Their tale was fanciful, but they believe it to be true. Astarion standing in the sun's light, willing and able to disobey me? Inconceivable. Inconceivable. It seems he has become more troublesome. He is now a liability, but he will be brought to heel. He will come home, take his place with the others, and complete his purpose. Astarion, if I have you read this, do you say anything? No?
Still alive.
Well, that's
So
disappointing. Scroll of names. Names, thousands of them. Many of the surnames would be familiar to a Baldurian, though some of the names, some of those near the beginning of the list are of families now long disappeared. This is a list of names of people dating back centuries, but continuing right up to the present day.
Thousands of names. This couldn't be part of the ritual, could it?
I don't know, it depends on how long he's been preparing.
On the
What is
pillar
Veloth?
rests a skull with a scroll clamped in its bony jaws. The skull's empty eye sockets flare with an eldritch gleam. You feel invited somehow to witness the skull's memories. It seems urgent.
I don't know. I'm going to, of course, but the idea of a skull inside of a vampire's lair that is trying to give out memories feels like it's somehow a trap if anyone else uses it. You would think he would protect his secrets better if this is in any way useful to me. But yes, the skull's memories rise and unfold. Let them wash over you.
This skull is all that remains of the vampire Velioth. He turned Cazador, gave him the gift, and then taught him the rules of vampiric existence.
Concentrate on the memory. What is Velioth's first lesson? Or just move ahead? No, we're going to attempt to figure out the first lesson. DC 15's not good. You pulled it off, though. Couldn't get guidance either, which is rough.
Velioth's first lesson is always to dominate. Allow none to be your equal. Velioth recalls when Cazador reached out to a former friend. His punishment was to watch as Velioth drained his friend dry.
What is Velioth's second lesson? Same DC. Nah, fail. I might try this over with someone with a higher wisdom. We're not going to use our limited inspiration for this. The chances are just too low.
You are distracted by an errant thought and lose the thread of Velioth's lesson. Velioth recalls when Cazador rebelled against him. Cazador suffered 11 years of impalement because he failed.
What was Velioth's third lesson? Nope.
You let the shock of impalement allow your focus to waver, and Velioth's words drift away, lost in the mists of time. Velioth recalls Cazador, his lessons learned, killing him in the rite of perfect slaughter. How they both laughed. Velioth recalls Cazador boiling the flesh from his skull, and then, to mock him, clamping his schooling scroll in Velioth's jaws. The skull's eyes flash a final time, and its jaws sag open. The scroll with all of Cazador's rituals is yours. Velioth is no more.
Ah, so I don't get the opportunity to try with anyone else.
Precious rules. Careful, I bite.
Nothing? Nothing. Okay.
Have a lot on my mind. Well, in it.
Let's see what we can find out about this scroll. Black Mass Scroll. Unfurling the scroll reveals a list of foul rites and rituals detailing all the ways death can be turned to one's advantage or simply made more interesting. The rite of perfect slaughter, the liturgy of the dead, the sacrament of the damned, and many more strange accursed rituals cover the parchment. The final entry, however, is familiar. The rite of profane ascension. O piteous dead, O ravenous dead, immortality is your gift, but darkness is your prison, and hunger its jailer, I assume. The rite of profane ascension will release you. Walk in the sun, suffer not from hunger. Grow your power beyond anything you imagined. A pact has been made with the Lord of Hellfire. Deliver unto him 7,000 souls, each bearing an infernal mark, and you shall be free of your chains. You shall know true power. Deliver the souls, speak the words, Ecce Dominus, has animas affero in sacrificio, nunc volo protestum quam policitus es mehi. I don't know Latin, but it sounds good. So, Astarion, you can't pull it off unless you have 7,000 souls to sacrifice, which you don't. Unless the sacrifices that Cazador has made, you can somehow acquire as your sacrifice instead. Which would be convenient for you, but doesn't make a lot of sense. Eternal cruelty. For my sins, my soul was made ink and written onto this parchment, where its scroll crawls sleeplessly for eternity unless you free it. My soul was made ink and written onto parchment, where its scroll crawls sleeplessly for eternity unless you free it. I mean, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to free it, but I can do this. You are free. Congratulations. We've definitely read that. The Mortal View, Eyewitness Accounts of the Ballspun Crisis, Power Structure of Baldur's Gate. This is a journal of Cazador's thoughts concerning and concerns about the power structure of Baldur's Gate and how the changing balance between the factions affects his own ability to operate in the city without interference or competition. The most recent notes at the end relate to the old problem of Nine Fingers and the Guild, and new concerns about the ambitious young Lord Gortash. Cazador's worries about the Guild revolve around the rise of a brash new criminal kingpin known as the Stone Man, and isn't it the Stone Lord? And what it might mean for the Gate's underworld if Nine Fingers is replaced. Meanwhile, the upstart Gortash is fielding prototypes of his steel watchers in the city street. Are they capable enough to deter and damage Cazador's vampire spawn?
Guilds, nobles, politicians. If he controlled even a fraction of these, the city could be his, and no one would ever know.
But he doesn't. The Guild, Hidden Rulers of Baldur's Gate, we've read that. Letter to Mrel Alcam. Mrel Alcam, I suppose as you say that you have reason to be proud of the expansion of the vampire circle in your city. Of course, Athkatla is more homogenous than Baldur's Gate, and you face fewer challenges from other factions and law enforcement, but still, accept my kudos on your progress there. Enjoy your success while you can, Alcam, for I'm afraid that very soon it will be surpassed by my situation in Baldur's Gate, definitively so. I'm on the verge of a long-planned transformation that entirely changes the rules of the game. Too long have I been content to be merely a major city's vampire lord, when I can be so much more. And I shall. But that's all I'll say about the matter at present, young Alcam. After all, we mustn't give away the surprise entirely. Cazador Sar. So he wrote this letter explaining that he's going to do something, not explaining what it is, and then never actually getting around to sending the letter off. Diseases of the Blood. This is a journal handwritten by a vampire known only as the Lady Incognitia, in which she describes two different blood diseases that, if contracted by ingestion of infected blood, might inconvenience a vampire with a brief illness. The bulk of the text is descriptions of symptoms and diagnosis of red thrombosis and Thandal's paroxysm. Lady Incognita Nisha notes that with a vampire's superior senses, it's possible to train oneself to recognize infected prey by scent before biting them. Red thrombosis is by a piquant, gingery odor, and the paroxysm by a sharp astringency. I'm reminded in the tower, the tower where we fought Ketheric, there was a dark elf who was big into blood, and she had something weird with her blood. Wanted Astarion to bite her, but he said that her blood smelled gross, and he refused. I'm wondering if she had one of these, and maybe if Astarion had bit her, it would have infected him, and then maybe that would have been useful in this ritual. Just wondering if that's connected in any way. I feel like we're missing someone. Shadowheart? Where are you? Hello? Could you not? Thank you.
No one stopped me.
Follow the rest of the team, please. Got yourself stuck. So this is heading towards Cazador.
Just like the door to the ballroom upstairs, this door features no keyhole, but does have an indentation for a signet ring.
Let's press the signet ring into the hollow in the door.
The ring slots perfectly into place, and the door opens, assailing you with pungent, musty air.
Another step forward.
Okay, we've got...
Approaching the cells, you're met with hollow-eyed faces. There's an almost physical stink of decay and neglect.
I was going to say we've got prisoners here, and it seems that way except the weird red eyes. Gods, these poor people. Is this how you used to live, Astarion? Astarion, do you know who these prisoners are? Astarion, do you know who these prisoners are? Let's try and get useful information.
I don't even know what this prison is. He hid all of this from me. And the others. If I had to guess, I'd say they're part of his ritual. But where in the hells do they come from?
You. I know you. You're the one from the tavern. You smiled and joked and got me drunk.
No. You're dead.
You called me so many sweet things. My name sounded like a lyric on your tongue.
Sebastian,
You remember me.
you were handsome. Shy. You'd never been kissed.
You taught me how. And then you destroyed me.
It can't be.
Beneath the dirt and blood, you notice that every prisoner has a rune carved into their flesh.
Yeah, he's supposed to be sacrificing people that have runes carved into them, according to the ritual. Look at the symbols. They all have scars. Is this how all your lovers ended up? Whatever this is, we don't have time for it. Look at the symbols. They all have scars.
So Cazador marked them too. Bound us all to his ritual. Gods. I know so many of these faces. They're my conquests. I pursued them. seduced them, and brought them to Cazador. He told us he was feeding on them, but he turned them to spawn. He turned every last one, so we'd have souls for this cursed ritual.
How long?
What?
How long have I been down here?
Let Astarion answer. We'll set you free. Stop whining. The only thing that matters is killing Cazador. He's responsible for all of this. And I'm vaguely reminded that I think the monster hunters that we found, the one that was originally hunting Astarion, they said they have people that Cazador has captured, and they want us to try and find them and free them. I wonder if they're all vampire spawn as well. Let's let Astarion answer. I'm curious how long they've been here, because Astarion's like 200 years old or something, I think. Maybe I'm just making that up, but I want to say he said something about that. So these guys could have been here for hundreds of years. Let Astarion answer.
170 years. You were one of my first.
My family. My friends. They're gone. You took them from me. You took everything from me.
I don't agree with that logic. So, yes, Astarion was the one who brought them here, but he was being controlled by Cazador. Until he got the parasite really recently, he didn't have his own... He didn't have the ability to resist what Cazador ordered. Cazador told him to go find people. He was forced to go find people and bring them. So while he was the means, the vessel that brought them in, he, I don't think, can truly take the guilt. He might feel guilty, but I don't think he's actually guilty. Because it wasn't his will, it wasn't his choice. We'll set you free. It's the right thing to do, although since they're all vampire spawns, maybe it's not. But hopefully it'll ruin Cazador's ritual. And should Astarion try and follow that same ritual, maybe it'll ruin his. Didn't need the guidance, so fine.
Free. We'll never be free while that monster lives.
That's the
why
plan.
we're here. To destroy Cazador.
You can't. It's not possible.
We've been told that a few times. It was impossible to kill Ketheric, we killed him. It's impossible to kill Raphael, we killed him. It happens. We'll find a way. Where is he now? Where's the key to your cell? Sit tight, we'll be back. We'll find a way.
And then? What happens to us?
Like I said, we'll set you free. That depends on you. Can you control your hunger? What do you want to happen? On second thought, bring a bunch of ravenous spawns seems like a bad idea. Yeah, there's some truth to that. What do you want to happen? I'm curious their thoughts.
I don't know. I just don't want to die down here. Please, whatever you do, just do it quickly. I can't go on waiting.
We'll be back. You have my word.
Also, as much as Astarion tries to play off the
He opens the door.
very cool and collected, and I have no feelings and I don't care what I do. All that matters is power. The fact that 170 years later, he still remembers Sebastian by appearance,
No. Right?
that says a lot. He has more emotion and feeling than he wants to let on.
Always at your side.
Gods above. He kept Sebastian. I should have known what Cazador was capable of. He's played us for such fools. Not just 7 spawn to placate the devil. 7 spawn and 7,000 souls bound to them in blood. Everyone, whoever trusted me enough to let down their guard, innocents, idiots, and the unlucky. It doesn't matter. I will need to sacrifice them all if I want to perform the ritual.
You don't. You can save them. It is Cazador's cruelty, not yours. You have kept them alive in this way. Don't think about them, focus on yourself. You can save them. I mean, I do like 2 as well. It's Cazador's cruelty, not yours, to have kept them alive in this way. But you can save them.
What's the point? They're as good as dead. I thought they were dead. If they are unleashed, they will cause incredible carnage. They will be ravenous. They must die. Better they serve a purpose.
There's still hope for them. You got out, you got better. I mean, that's not really true. He's got a mind flayer tadpole. He's a time bomb waiting to go off. Using that as an example is not great. This isn't you, Astarion, not really. In the moment they die, they will hate you as much as they hate him. You will never forget that. Don't you feel for them? I think he does. Perhaps there isn't a point. Don't you feel for them?
It's just sickening. Seeing them again. I don't know what else.
Yeah, you do. Cryptgate, you've gotten... Showed Arcane Barrier. Oh, Arcane Barrier is a spell on it. Not... Okay. So to break that, door is protected by an Arcane Barrier blocking everything passing through. It has no keyhole. So yeah, there's probably no way that we can pick the lock. What did you say? Of course you're sure once you're free. Are these halflings or children? These are children. You have a bunch of vampire spawn children.
I'm hungry, Jess. We're all hungry, Vanya. But I'm really hungry. It hurts. I know. Just try to hold on, all right? My father will
Can we
soon.
talk to them?
Seems simple enough.
If we just click on the door.
Hey, you. Come closer.
Are you going to try and bite me?
It can't be.
It is you. I knew it. I'll kill you. Once I get out of here, I'll kill you!
You're the children from the Monster Hunters camp. Yeah. What's wrong with you? You'll do nothing of the sort, Astarions, with me. You're the children from the Monster Hunters camp.
Camp. Monster Hunters. The Gur camp. Oh gods! My parents' camp! Chessa, focus! Resist the beast inside you. You promised! It's your fault! You did this to us. Didn't he tell you? He's the one that kidnapped us. He's the reason we're spawns. I'll kill you!
Yes. Now that you, mention it, I may have done that. Don't look at me like that. Cazador's orders. Quite the deviation from my usual routine, of course. Capture, not lure. I didn't bring them in with sweet rolls or anything. I really forgot about them. Felt nothing the moment I handed them over to him. Oh.
Huh. We promised their parents we'd save them. If we limit Cazador, will they be free? Is there any way to undo being turned into vampire spawn? Not that I know of, but maybe there's some weird magic ritual. If we eliminate Cazador, will they be free?
I suppose there's a good chance they will. What use is it, though? They're lost. Ravenous. Feral. They'd attack any mortal on sight. All these people were ruined because of me.
We promised their parents we'd save them.
Parents? You've seen my parents?
We have. They're looking for you. They'll be fine so long as we free you from this place. Better off without you now that I've seen what you've become. No. They're looking for you.
I miss them. I think. Or perhaps it's the hunger. Oh, I don't know. It's so hard to tell. You should go. Leave us here. We shouldn't be out there. We'd hurt our families.
Going to help you. How do I free you? Never give up hope. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Sorry I had to end this way. Good luck to you, or the world will be safer placed with you behind bars. Never give up hope. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
Behind the exhaustion, starvation, and fear, recognition stirs in her eyes. And with it, hope.
You really mean it? Cazador's got this stuff. It controls the doors. If you get it, you can set everyone free. If you get it, somehow.
Alright, I'll free you once I have the staff.
Good luck. If you fail, well, I suppose we'll be seeing you again. In here.
That's a dark thought, but probably true. Anything further you guys want to say?
I just want to breathe free air. One last time.
I get it. I think this is where I'm going to end the episode. Next time, once we step through here, yeah, we're right on the path to presumably Cazador. So that'll be next time. Thank you for watching, and I will see you then. Bye.